Greetings, Eagle Nation. It has been a while since we shared our last story. Since it is close to the holidays, I would like to share with you Peyton Picks the Perfect Pie, a Thanksgiving celebration. Before we get started, what are your favorite flavors of pie? What types of pie do you like? Sweet potato? Okay. Apple pie? With a little bit of ice cream? All right. Mr. Bro's favorite pie happens to be turkey pot pie. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell anyone. All right. Let's get started. Beautiful pictures of different types of pies and desserts. No pot pies. Peyton Picks the Perfect Pie, a Thanksgiving celebration. Story by Jack Bishop, illustrations by Michelle Me Nutter. This is a picture of Peyton. Peyton is particular, but she's not picky. Grown-ups use that word a lot. Picky, picky, picky. It's never a good thing, and it's not fair. Peyton likes dogs and cats, scooters and bikes, pools and beaches. She's not picky. Peyton likes to try new things. She learned all about long division in math class. It was hard at first, but now it's fun, like solving a puzzle. Peyton just started playing the saxophone. She remembers to practice every day and enjoys it as long as her dog Mila doesn't howl. And Peyton loves sports, every sport. Peyton even likes dodgeball, and who likes dodgeball? Do you guys have a favorite sport? Okay. Anybody play instruments? If you play an instrument, share it with us. All right. But Peyton is particular about food. She doesn't like it when two foods touch on her plate. She doesn't like green foods or orange foods or red foods. Peyton doesn't like foods that are gooey or gummy, sticky or slimy, frosted or flaky. And she most definitely doesn't like chunky or lumpy foods. She almost listed all the foods. But lately, Peyton has been thinking a lot about food. Her parents, Penny and Peter, love to cook. They never say it, but Peyton wonders if they would like her to be, well, less particular about food. Peyton's parents host Thanksgiving each year and ask guests to bring pies. Everyone is always so happy during the holidays, surrounded by the people they love and food they enjoy. Not Peyton. She loves her family, but the food is so green, so lumpy, and so flaky. I'm going to change this year, Peyton tells Mila. I'm going to try all the food. Mila gives Peyton a quizzical look. Okay, okay, not all the food, says Peyton with a shudder, thinking about the lumpy gravy. How about I try one new thing? Peyton hears her mother singing as she rolls out pie dough. I'll try pie, Peyton exclaims. Raise your hand if you don't like pie. Okay. On Thanksgiving morning, Peyton helps her mom weave strips of pie dough into a pretty top. The small holes allow juices from the apples to evaporate, Penny says. That's why my crust is so flaky. Peyton tries to pretend she didn't just hear the word flaky. She looks over at her dad. Dad, do you need any help? This is Peyton and her mom. They're layering the pie crust. This is Peyton's dad. Does anyone remember what Peyton's dad's name is? Good job. The first guests are here. It's Uncle Sherwood and Uncle Mark. Peyton is excited and a little nervous to see all the different pies. We've brought our famous lemon chess pie, says Uncle Mark. I like checkers better than chess, Peyton whispers to Mila. Then she asks her uncles, what does this pie have to do with playing chess? Uncle Sherwood is a history buff. This recipe dates back several hundred years to England. The original name was cheese pie because the yellow filling sets up very firm like a piece of cheese. Cheese in the pie? Peyton is concerned. That sounds both lumpy and sticky. Don't worry, says Uncle Mark reassuringly. There's no cheese in our pie, just lemon, sugar, cornmeal, butter, and eggs. When the next guest arrives, Peyton is in the kitchen. She runs to hug Mrs. Alvarez, a social studies teacher at Peyton's school. Peyton, don't crush my ruffled milk pie. Ruffled what? Peyton asked her favorite teacher. I first had this pie in Greece, explains Mrs. Alvarez. It's made with thin sheets of phyllo dough and are shaped into ruffles. A sweetened egg custard is poured over the phyllo, and the pie is baked until the phyllo is crisp and the custard just wiggles. Oh no, Peyton whispered to Mila. A pie that wiggles and aren't ruffles for dresses? And in this picture, Peyton is looking at that pie. I'm sorry. Peyton is looking at the pie like she don't know. A pie with ruffles? Peyton opens the front door to find a crowd on the porch. It's Grandma Pearl, Grandpa Rich, Aunt Mia, Uncle Noah, and Peyton's three cousins, Jude, Jane, and Jamal. Make room for me and my millionaire pie, says Grandma Pearl. Peyton asks her grandmother, do I get extra allowance if I try a piece? Don't be silly, Peyton, but this pineapple pie does taste like $1,000,000. Don't tell your parents, she adds, but I bought my pie at the bakery for $10. What a deal. Do you guys like homemade pies? And if you do, who makes the best homemade pies at your house? There's a knock at the back door. Peyton and Mila run to greet the next door neighbors. Bonjour, Peyton, says Miss Macaron. Please take my plum Gillette. Gillette, asked Peyton. Oui, Peyton, exclaims Madeline, who's in Peyton's grade. A Gillette is a rustic French tart. You arrange sliced plums on the dough, fold over the edges, and bake. And voila. Don't forget the candied violets, adds Mrs. Macaron, or your mother's cinnamon whipped cream. Peyton looks over to Mila and says, flowers made into candies, whipped cream with cinnamon. Finding a plain pie is going to be harder than I thought. How many pies have we described so far? Have you guys heard any of your favorite pies? Cousins Rachel and Russell from New York have brought Boston cream pie. Peyton is confused. They aren't from Boston, and their pie looks like a cake. Aunt Grace has a tray of whoopie pies. They look like chocolate flying saucers held together by a creamy white filling. Peyton likes the name, and she likes chocolate, but she wonders, is it cheating to try a pie that looks like a gigantic cookie? The Patels from across town arrived with Mississippi mud pie. Peyton can finally spell Mississippi correctly, but mud doesn't sound good. Peyton hears a honk on the street. It's the Lees and their twin baby girls. They have brought two pies, pumpkin pecan and cranberry pear. These pies sound twice as fancy and twice as scary, Peyton thinks. And these are the pictures of different people coming in bringing the pies. These are the pies that look like giant cookies. Peyton goes back into the kitchen. Maybe her parents can offer some advice about choosing the right pie. But Peyton's parents are very busy. Peyton's dad asks her to carry some dishes to the table and then turns to Penny. We're missing someone. Where's your sister? Polly texted to say she's running late. An ice storm in Denver. I'm sorry. An ice storm in Denver meant her plane was diverted to Dallas. Polly said to start without her. At the table, Peyton takes 2 slices of turkey, white meat, of course, and no skin, and no thanks to lumpy gravy. A fluffy roll sits next to, but not touching, the turkey. She adds a tidy scoop of mashed potatoes. Penny gently clinks a fork against the side of her glass, and the guests quiet down. Peter, Peyton, and I are so grateful that you all could share this special day with us. We celebrate with food, but having you all around our table is the real treat. And this is a picture of everyone sitting around the table beginning to enjoy their Thanksgiving dinner. Do you guys have a favorite Thanksgiving food? It's finally pie time. There are big ones and small ones, tall ones and short ones, red ones and yellow ones. And is that even a green one? Peyton has never seen so many pies. But one thing they all have in common, Peyton thinks, is that they're kind of lumpy and maybe a little bit sticky or flaky. I'm not sure I can do this, Peyton confides to Mila. Just then the doorbell rings. And this is Peyton looking all over the pie table. A lot of pies on one table. Aunt Polly strides into the house holding two large frosty containers. I didn't bake pie, she calls out, laughing. I brought something even better, ice cream. I didn't know you could put ice cream on pie, Peyton says. Of course you can, Polly says. It's called pie a la mode. The truth is, pie is just okay, but add ice cream and pie is divine. Peyton is suddenly feeling braver. She likes ice cream, particularly vanilla ice cream. Peyton takes a bite of her mom's apple pie. The pie is a little lumpy and a little flaky, but it doesn't seem as scary. Peyton takes another bite, then another. I thought I didn't like pie, but I guess I do. Sometimes when we think we don't like something, we just have to look at it in a different way, says her wise aunt. If all else fails, just add ice cream. Is there a food that we could add ice cream to that wouldn't make it better? Mm. I like your apple pie, Mom, says Peyton. Penny looks surprised, happy but surprised. Peyton thinks for a moment and asks, can I try another pie? I'm so proud of you, Peyton. Which pie do you want? Chess pie, please. And do you think Uncle Sherwood might teach me some chess moves? Maybe I would like chess if I gave it another try. Peter raises his glass and clinks it with a fork. Here's to pie, especially pie a la mode. This is everyone enjoying their slices of pie. All right. Thank you guys for participating with me today. Um, I hope each and every one of you guys have a great holiday season. Um, Enjoy as much pie as you can. Love those that you're around. And we will see you when it's time to come back to school. Have a great evening.